Welcome to Sneak Preview. I'm your host, James McGrath Morris. This program is produced by New Mexico Writers, a not-for-profit organization committed to supporting and connecting the literary community in the Land of Enchantment. Here, authors, poets, playwrights, and others have agreed to share with us work that has not yet been published. In other words, a sneak preview. Today with us is Lisa Lucca. Her work has been selected for several anthologies, most recently Crone Rising, just published in May. Lucca is co-author of the memoir You Are Loved and is a blogger. Now, let me say that is spelled B-L-O-G-H-E-R, Voice of the Year honoree. So you put a hashtag before that prize. Lucca hosts Live True, a weekly public radio talk show on KTAL-LP in Las Cruces, and she's just completed her memoir, Out of the Ordinary. You can learn more about Lucca at her website, lisalucca.com. And Lisa, what have you brought for us?
Good morning, James. It's very nice to see you. I'm bringing a bit of the beginning of my story, my memoir, Out of the Ordinary. My story begins in 1970s Midwest suburbia when my parents get divorced and I learned that my father is gay. Throughout the story, my complicated relationship with him plays out while I search for love myself and go from dropping out of high school to touring with rock stars to running off with a roadie and the inevitable divorce that came later and single motherhood. And at the heart of this, my book is really about family acceptance and about seeing each other as real people, particularly our parents, when it comes to love and sexuality. So this passage is from the first chapter when I sort of pieced together the bits of information to understand more about my father's life. DMAR plating, this is Peg, Mom says when answering the phone from the small office where she's a secretary. Hi, Mom. So Dad dropped me off after school, and before he left, I asked him why he doesn't have a girlfriend. He said, Lisa, do we need to get in this right now? I'm at work. I know, but yes, we do need to talk about it. Dad doesn't really give me any straight answers when I ask him, and I don't know, something about his lifestyle. I mean, what lifestyle? He hangs out with that guy, Terry, all the time, and I think he moved in. There isn't even a spare room. I mean, that's kind of weird, Mom. I coiled the long yellow phone cord around my finger as I rattled on, forming a picture in my head I didn't really want to see. Lisa, please, we'll talk when I get home. I plowed ahead, unable to contain the question I wasn't sure how to ask. Does Dad like guys? I mean, like that. Growing panic seized me. Is he queer? The word felt like profanity, saying it to my mother. She released a heavy sigh. Please, Lisa, I'm at work. Wait till I get home. Ma, I need to know. He's my father. Tears stung my eyes as I waited for her answer, though I already knew the truth. All right. Yes. Her voice was merely a whisper. Yes. Oh my God, my dad is gay. A deep guttural laugh escaped me, turning to a heaving sob as I slid down the wall and sat on the floor, unable to catch my breath, as any remnants of my childhood evaporated like drops of water on a hot stove. But Mom, I don't understand. I mean, how could he lie to us? Don't you hate him? Lise, come on. We'll talk about it later. Go to Mrs. McCall's and wait till I pick you up after work. I don't want you home alone right now. Her insistence I go to her best friend's house was a gentle order, not a suggestion, a mother's plea. And please don't tell your sister, okay? Her voice changed in a way that told me someone was standing at her desk. We'll talk when I get home. Go to Mrs. McCall's. But Mom, it'll be okay, Lisa. I hung up and ran toward Maureen McCall's house, the heaviness of this new discovery crushing my chest. My dad is a fag? I didn't even know what that meant. All I knew is what I had heard Archie Bunker say about queers and fags and fairies. As I ran, each tiny piece of information that informed my suspicion about Dad fit together all at once, revealing a picture like a jigsaw puzzle. My father seemed utterly comfortable in a room full of women. At a party, he hung out with the wives, drinking wine instead of beer with the guys. He didn't watch baseball games and was meticulous about cleaning. Don't make me do a white glove test, he'd say when we did Saturday morning chores. He may have been joking, but I never doubted a white glove could be produced to challenge my diligence. He even taught me to comb the fringe of the oriental rug with an actual wide-toothed comb. He's always been different from other dads, I thought, as my feet. Instead, Dad sang and dancing out, "You're the top," dashing in white trousers and a navy jacket. I was so proud to be my father's daughter on that opening night, thrilled by the chaos and glory of being backstage at the theater. Now that I knew his secret, I felt ashamed. And that's the beginning.
Wow. Well, you certainly, when you described your childhood, I thought to myself, you've got material, but you masterfully convey it right down to the little detail. The conversation seemed just like the kind of things I would have overheard. And so how much more work do you have on this?
Thank you.
Much more work to go?
Well, my manuscript is finished. Not well, the editing never stops, as you probably know as an author, but I have been querying agents and some have the book in their hands. So I'm hoping that this can be published sometime next year. And it's a really exciting piece of work because, while this was in the 1970s in the Midwest suburbs, there
Well, thank you, Lisa. We had a little bit of a blurb there, so the vagaries of the internet. Tune in, folks, again soon for another installment of Sneak Preview. Even better, subscribe to our YouTube channel. To learn more about New Mexico writers, visit our website, nmwriters.org. And to learn more about our guest, visit her website, lisalucca.com. Thanks for being with us.